Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna talk about performance in your app. I'm gonna show you how to boost performance in your app with just few CSS tricks. My pick for today is content visibility, has selector and view transitions. No frameworks, no libraries, just pure CSS. Most sites today feel slow, and here is why. The browser is doing extra work, rendering content off screen, running JavaScript for simple UI, and trashing layouts. Result, around 25 FPS, around 300 milliseconds input delay, constant layout shifts. And our fix? We keep adding more JavaScript, virtual scrollers, state managers, animation leaps, shipping megabytes to solve problems CSS already handles. Today I will show you those 3 CSS features already in your browser that can flip this. Let's dive in. And today we're gonna work with that. I created small demo app where I will showcase these 3 CSS features, so today we are not gonna dive deep into code. So my goal just to explain you how the CSS features are implemented and how they work in the browser. Here is the problem. The browser keeps styling, laying out and painting stuff you cannot see yet. Content Visibility Auto tells it skip heavy rendering work for off-screen sections and do it just before they enter the viewport. And for this demo we have list of sections and each section contain image and a lot of text. So we have 2 examples, one without content visibility enabled and other one with enabled content visibility. And to be able to see the difference, we need to open Profiler and check what is the time for rendering and painting for both of them. And first, let's try to do it for the list without content visibility and see the results. For that, you need to go to that performance tab, and here let's press record and try to scroll the list. Let's scroll for 5 seconds. And here's the result. We can see that painting took 53 milliseconds and rendering took 26 milliseconds. So now let's try to enable content visibility and check the result there. And here is it. So rendering took almost the same time, 28 milliseconds, but painting took 32 milliseconds, so it's much less. Of course, it's just a demo setup with a demo list, it's not real-world application, but even here we can see that with content visibility enabled, we have a bit better results. And that's the example of a CSS implementation. So we have section, here is the section styles, and then we have section CV auto class, and here we specify content visibility auto. And also we have that contain intrinsic size mentioned here, and we set auto 1200 pixels. That helps to reserve space to avoid content shifts. Let's go to the next one, and actually this is my favorite, has selector. What it actually does, has selector lets parents react to child state changes, and it helps to eliminate JavaScript for simple state management. By the end, it reduces bundle size and improves performance. Let's take a look at this example. So we have menus, both are clickable, and also we have some cards which are also clickable, and for that we actually get used to use JavaScript, correct? But with has selector you don't need that. Let me enable implementation with has selector and let's take a look. So this one is not anymore clickable, the JavaScript implementation, but this one still performs the same and there is no JavaScript, just pure CSS. Now let's scroll down and take a look on both implementations. So in JavaScript solution, what we need to do? So basically we need to add listeners, we need to add extra functions just to handle the state. But with the has selector, it's totally different. So here we actually check the state of the elements, and here we use a navbar class, and then we specify that has selector, and then we check in whether the menu toggle is checked. And if it is checked, we expand in the menu. And also for card selection, we check if card has input type checkbox checked, then we apply this styles. That's it, super easy, clean and performant. And just to cut it short, what is the actual benefit of has? Less JavaScript, better performance because CSS handles the logic natively, smaller bundle because we don't need to use JavaScript anymore for such kind of things, and it is actually more maintainable. And the last one, view transitions. And just to be short, what this start view transition actually means, It means that animate the change I'm about to make. And to do that animation, we use specific snapshots like view transition old and view transition new. Let's take a look first at the example. So we have some cards here. So when we click to the card, we get redirected to the card detail, and then we can go back. So pretty simple. But now let's enable that view transitions. Once we click to the card, we have that slide transition, and let's try to navigate back. And also we have that slide transition. And actually we can control that transition. So in my case, I just made it that quick slide, but you can make whatever you want. Let's take a look at the implementation of that. And we are more interested in CSS implementation. And here are that snapshots, what I was talking about. So here you can see view transition group that pseudo element creates during the view transition, and this is the container of transition group. And in that group we set some animation duration and animation function, and then we have that view transition old and view transition new. Here is actually where we can control that transition the way we want to animate it. And in those two I specified keyframes, slide out left and slide in right, which actually does this translate. That's it, super easy and clean, and you have full control in CSS of your transitions. And what is the key benefits of that approach? Here are they mentioned. Smooth animations, because no layout, trashing or junky transitions. Also, you can achieve better UX with that approach. Performance, because it is browser optimized animations. And accessibility, because it respects a prefers reduced motion. And by the way, that prefers reduced motion, this is accessibility setting. And it actually tells the websites to minimize motion. And that's it. It was a quick tutorial, but I hope it was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments what you think on that features and whether you're already using this in your apps or you're gonna implement them. If it was useful to you, please hit that like button. It will help me a lot to grow the channel. And also don't forget to subscribe to not miss next dev insights. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.